Over the course of the past few years, a friend of mine has repeatedly invited me to attend the Spring Festival at the Great Swamp Conservancy, but up until recently, my schedule hasn't allowed it. This year, however, I was free to attend, so I loaded up my family and headed down for the afternoon. The video you're about to watch, should you stick around, is a modest sampling of some of the events. Regrettably, I couldn't include everything, but I'll show you what I have. I think it'll be enough to give you a feel for what the festival was all about. To begin with, here's a little taste of some local musical talent, Sidney Irving and the Mojo. The Spring Migration Festival is an annual event where a number of crafters, regional artists, sportsmen, photographers, and other exceptional people all come together to create a unique and earthy atmosphere. There are wildlife exhibits, hands-on animal encounters, good food, and various activities for kids, games, a wagon ride, even a bit of horseback riding. While I was in attendance, I also had the privilege to meet a couple fellows from Trout Unlimited, local spokesmen for healthy streams and sustainable trout habitat. I even got to see one of the fellows tying a dry fly.
In Idaho,
this is a caddis fly.
Fish the frying pan.
Imitates a small moth that
fish, or the smallest fly I've ever
bounces
used,
along
the largest fish.
the creeks to lay its
In
eggs.
the fry's 24
It's considered a dry
I'll show you.
fly.
And I caught a 24-inch fly.
Now, admittedly, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know by now that I'm a spin fisherman, but I'll keep this dry fly as a bit of a keepsake. As the name implies, the festival is a celebration of the return of those migratory birds that nest around here. And for those of us who live in the north, it's the perfect time of year to get out and stretch our own wings a bit. A time to come out of our wintry slumber and take in a bit of sunshine. And let me just ask you this, what better way to welcome the spring than with a guided bird walk?
So this one has got a small nest in the bottom. Doesn't look like there's any activity though, so whether or not it was a bird that started and then stopped, it's kind of hard to know for sure. But and there's only in this area there's really only 4 birds that a trill is their primary song. And there's chipping sparrows, there's swamp sparrows, there's juncos, and there is pine warblers. And then right now during the migration season we see palm warblers also, but they don't typically stick around. And also listen to my song.
One of my favorite parts of the 2022 event was a visit from Adirondack Raptors. Now, to include the entirety of Mark's presentation, I would have to take a couple hours. But here's a small portion of what we enjoyed this year.
I'm huffing and puffing. I can hear the breath of the skunk behind me. I can hear its footfalls in the grass as it's getting closer. And I had to do something. Anybody have an idea? What would you do? I made the sound of an owl. I used to go out and I would I'd hoot to the great horned owls. I could get the great horned owls hooting back. I could get them flying in. So much so. Now Mortimer's a Harris hawk. Harris hawk are the most social birds of prey in the world. They hunt in groups of 5, 10, even 20. People say, I've seen bald eagles up in Alaska by the hundreds. Well, the difference is these guys hunt like wolves. They have an alpha male, they have an alpha female, so they have a whole social hierarchy. Harris hawks are found, they used to come up as far north as into Colorado, into Wyoming. We lost them all down there. Now, if you want to find them, you go from southwestern Texas right across to California. If you really want to find them, you go to Mexico or you go to South America. Remember, who's bigger, the boys or the girls?
To wrap this up, let me take a moment and personally thank the Conservancy, all of the many vendors, the sportsmen, and the champions of conservation for coming together to make this festival possible. It's people like you that are working hard to preserve the things we love so that another generation will be given a chance to do the same. And finally, please remember this. There are a good many of us who deeply appreciate the work you're doing, so take heart. Your cause is a good one. And of course, from me to all of the rest of you watching this, thanks for the company. Until next time, bear in mind that this place we call Earth is still an astonishing place to call our home.